Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is William Hindman. I'm your host, and this is Just Force 911. We look at how our public officials do their job, or they don't. Guys, this is the city of Phoenix. Oh my God! I don't even know how to start this one. Okay, let's do it this way. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please hit the subscription down below. I'm trying to get to 4,000 videos before the 27th of this month. Please hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, like, and share. Okay, that's done. Now, this comes to us from Mike Biscabine at Channel 15. It's ABC. Mike Biscabine has got into a lot, and I mean a lot, of nasty, dirty things that the City of Phoenix Police Department has done. Now, the best one of today is they hire a Brady List. Sorry, I have a hard time saying this. A Brady List sex offender. Yep, I said it. Gentleman was a police officer who molested a young girl, was caught, didn't go to prison. He got 20 years probation. Now, do you think that you would have got 20 years probation if you had molested a young girl? I'm sure you would have, because that's the way it operates. And then the city hires him, back after being a cop, and now he's a sex offender and a Brady List occupant. And the city hires him to be a dispatcher for aircraft, the helicopters, but still working for the city. And it's just like, how can the city of Phoenix, whether you're the mayor, I mean, if I was a mayor, I'd be livid. Somebody's ass would be on the line, out the door, looking for a new job. Okay? There's no call for it whatsoever. Phoenix is just a disaster. It's literally a disaster. The Phoenix police can't get their crap together. Mesa is off the rails. You have Tucson down the road, who is a complete disaster. The sheriff's department down there is in disarray. It's just, it never stops, man. This is the Wild West. And it's not that wild anymore, because we're the third largest growing city, or fourth largest city? And it's like, really, when are you guys going to grow up and wake up and realize that you're a city? You're not a small town anymore. You have 5 million plus people. Hello. Wake up. But nope, we just, we did, Yep, there you go. So let's get in with Dave Biscabine. Let's check him out and see what he has to say about all this. I was quite disgusted, actually. I was actually really disgusted and revolted about all this. And I wonder where the city is on this. Are you people that frickin' inept to do your job that you can't even, you hire a child molester? What? Jesus God almighty. Ugh. Anyway, let's check this out, guys. You've heard me bitch enough. I've heard me bitch enough.
This Phoenix police officer was charged with the child sex crime. He resigned from his job as a cop and eventually pleaded guilty to child abuse. So how and why did the city of Phoenix hire him again? This time to work as an aviation dispatcher. I'm ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscabine, and it hasn't been easy getting a clear answer from the city.
All the way up front, and give me your name and date of birth.
Michael Mason.
This is Michael Mason in April 2019.
Sir, you're here in a new matter. You've been charged with sexual conduct with a minor. It's a Class 2 felony.
While babysitting, Mason was accused of sexually abusing a girl when she was 6 or 7 and when he was either 17 or 18. He was arrested years later because records show the girl had recently told her therapist, and the therapist told DCS. DCS told Phoenix PD. Then during the investigation, Mason admitted to abusing the girl. Fast forward to this year.
Okay, so this isn't hearsay. This isn't you were set up. This isn't, she said, you said. She said, and you admitted it. So therefore, dude, you own that.
We got a tip that people inside the city were, quote, distraught and disgusted that he was able to get hired as an aviation dispatcher despite his conviction. The person who sent us the tip wanted to know, how did he pass his background check, especially since a quick Google search will show you he was arrested. According to the city's job posting, aviation dispatchers work in the airport command center and are responsible for receiving and dispatching calls to police, fire, operations, and maintenance. They also need to pass a criminal background check and meet certain TSA factors. Now, we've gone back and forth with city spokespeople to try to understand how this happened. And here's what ABC 15's been able to confirm so far. Mason was hired on April 14th, 2025. He then resigned on May 15th. That's 3 days after we first asked to verify if he was an employee. The city then sent this statement. The department was aware of his previous employment as a police officer, but not the reasons tied to his resignation. We are gathering additional information to determine how this application made it through the pre-employment screening process. The city...
How it happened? Somebody didn't do their job. So why isn't that person out on their ass where they belong?
He has no further comment, but we pressed for more info anyway. And the city then told us Mr. Mason submitted personal information to the background vendor that differed from his work authorization documentation. Once the background submission was identified to be a mismatch, Mr. Mason's background was run again with the correct personal information. We're still working to figure out what that exactly means. Now, as for Michael Mason, he did not respond to multiple requests for comment, and his defense attorney also didn't answer. But one noteworthy thing we found in his case: records show Mason didn't get any prison time. Instead, he got 20 years of probation. And during sentencing, the victim and her mother told the court they were okay with no prison, but wanted this to remain on his record as long as possible. And in addition to Mason's record quickly popping up on Google, we also checked the Brady list, and he's on there as well. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
All right, guys, let me know what you think about this. This is revolting. Absolutely just sick. Anyway, remember, always record your place and your public officials, because you can't trust them to tell the truth. Remember, do something good for somebody else, because it may just come back to you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.